Lions podcast. He joins me now. Russell, good afternoon.
Hello, Sarah-Jane.
How are you? How's the head today?
Oh, it's up here and it's down there and it's all over the place.
Talk to me about last night's game. How was it for you? I mean, I still can't put it into words.
It's still a bit of a daze, really. It's as the final whistle went, there was almost this moment of silence, and then it was like it dawned on us: we've made it to a final. Finally, what we've all dreamt of. After going 1-0 down and thinking, oh no, it's not going to go our way again, and then to equalise, then to go into extra time and everything that came with it, and then to win it. Yeah, emotions are all over the place.
I mean, it is a bit of a head scramble. There's so much tied up in that performance last night, from the history to this current crop of players, to the manager, to the fact that we're in the first final of a major tournament for 55 years, not since 1966, and we know what happened then.
Absolutely. There's obviously a small selection of people that do remember 1966, but for the vast majority of us, we've never felt this before. We don't know how to feel, really. It's an emotion that we've never experienced before, but it's what we've all been dreaming of. And the team, Gareth Southgate, the FA, they deserve all the credit that they've received and they're receiving for taking this far. It's a long journey, but it's certainly worth it.
Well, the England players went into work today. They've got 3 more days of hard graft before that final. I wonder how many of you went into work today. Maybe you're watching us from the sofa this afternoon, a bit bleary-eyed. But it wasn't a dream last night, and things are just getting more bizarre ahead of the final. Russell, I want to get your thoughts on this, because one of my favourite England anthems, I know Three Lions, Vindaloo, World in Motion is one of my favourites, but this happened in the House of Commons earlier. I wonder what you made of this.
The line to take, Mr. Speaker, is from Mr. Barnes. You've got to hold and give, but do it at the right time. You can be slow or fast, but you must get to the line. And can I reassure you, Mr. Speaker, that we ain't no hooligans. This ain't a football song. 3 lions on my chest. I know we can't go wrong.
I don't even know where to take that. It's infected everyone in the nation. Football fever, Russell. People really are getting on board.
It's slightly embarrassing, isn't it? I actually saw that earlier and actually tweeted. I can imagine John Barnes, or Mr. Barnes, I think I said something like he's squirming in his seat, and Bernard Sumner of New Order as well was probably got his hands over his ears. But it's another instance of politicians sort of hopping on this bandwagon. We saw obviously Boris Johnson yesterday with his number 10 shirt outside number 10, Priti Patel as well, wearing the shirt and getting involved. And yeah, it's sadly it all comes with par for the course, isn't it, when we do well.
Yeah, everyone's on the bandwagon. They're heading to Wembley. It's Sunday, the big final against Italy. And I just want to talk to you, Russell. I mean, obviously, fans of our age, we've never had it so good. How exciting is it for the next generation of England fans to witness what is unfolding? I just want to show you these pictures from last night. This came out on social media. A young girl called Belle was in the crowd. At the final whistle, there is Mason Mount. He picked her out and gave her his football shirt. I mean, look at her face. It gives me goosebumps every time I watch it. That might be my favourite moment of a historic match, that young girl right there. But Russell, this could be the start of something great.
Yeah, and that's really great to see. I hadn't seen that before, and it's great when these players they're on a level where they're interacting with the fans, and with the age of social media, we're hearing from the players. And hopefully this will be the way forwards. Players in the past maybe were a little distant, but now I'm seeing that. It's great. It's really nice to see.
Yeah, it's nice to see a happy redhead crying tears of joy at an England tournament. I was a redhead of a similar age back in 1990, crying along with Paul Gascoigne. Not quite so happy tears that time, if you're old enough to remember that. Predictions for the final on Sunday. Don't let me down.
Well, first of all, we can't underestimate Italy. They've proven throughout this tournament how good they are. They got off to a great start. They've progressed through. They've had experience at Wembley twice now. Playing in the final will be their third game. It will be tough. We know their game management. They like to slow the game down. They've got some great players. They've got their defensive line. I think they've got a joint age of about 70, which is just so much experience between them. They've got Immobile up front who can score goals. And I see the goalkeeper there, Donnarumma. They're a great team, but we have got the capabilities to beat them. As for a score, it could be anything. This tournament has thrown up some exceptional score lines, but I'm going to go for an England win, obviously. But I couldn't know what the score will be.
Let's just hope it's high scoring and all the tension and excitement of last night. And there's a little bit more at stake as well, because the Prime Minister hasn't actually ruled out declaring a public holiday if we're to win on Sunday. There's another incentive for England.
Absolutely. How good would that be? A public holiday where we can all just get over our hangovers, really, I guess, isn't it?
And where will you be watching the match on Sunday?
I have been very fortunate enough today to get a ticket for the final. I've been to all the previous games that England have played at Wembley, and it's a reward for a lot of hard work, money spent following England since 1996 in my case.
Oh, Russell, you deserve it. Let's hope it is the right outcome. Russell Osborne there, Three Lions podcast host. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, my other half has got a ticket for the final as well on Sunday. Not taking me. You're